time of day. The general store on 24 is located on Route 24 in Lewis.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 101.7.
All right, 640, Jess, what you got?
All right, here we go. The first confirmed case of the Omicron COVID-19 variant was found yesterday in California. It was by somebody who returned home after traveling to South Africa. Dr. Anthony Fauci announced this at the White House.
Oh, here goes, before you get into that, here goes a clip.
So this is the first confirmed case of COVID-19 caused by the Omicron variant detected in the United States.
The first known U.S. Omicron case has been found in California, U.S. health officials announced on Wednesday. The patient, who was fully vaccinated but did not have a booster shot, has mild symptoms, according to Dr. Anthony Fauci, the top U.S. infectious disease official who briefed reporters at the White House.
The individual was a traveler who returned from South Africa on November the 22nd and tested positive on November the 29th. The individual is self-quarantining, and all close contacts have been contacted, and all close contacts thus far have tested negative.
For days, U.S. health officials have warned that the new variant, first detected in southern Africa and announced on November 25th, was likely already in the United States, as dozens of other countries also detected its presence.
The profile of the molecular profile of the kinds of mutations that you see would suggest, A, that it might be more transmissible and that it might elude some of the protection of vaccines. But we don't know that now. We don't know what the constellation of mutations are actually going to be. We have to be prepared that there's going to be a diminution in protection.
Fauci said it could take 2 weeks or more to gain insight into how easily the variant spreads from person to person, how severe it is, and whether it can bypass the protections provided by vaccines. President Joe Biden on Wednesday repeated that the new variant is a cause for concern, but not a cause for panic. Biden said earlier in the week the country would not go back into lockdowns and promised to lay out his strategy on Thursday for combating the pandemic over the winter.
All right, so that's basically everything right there in a nutshell, right?
Pretty much. I mean, experts, again, are saying that it's going to take a few weeks for them to know more about the Omicron variant, including if it spreads more quickly, if it can evade vaccine immunity, and if it causes more serious illness or not.
Well, we got through the Delta.
Yes.
So we're going to get to the Omicron.
Oh, yeah, we are.
But they're making it worse than the Delta. I mean, I think the news media.
The headlines.
Yeah, it's been kind of quiet, so they got this. All right, this is what I don't understand. This is what gets me. And they did the same thing with President Biden when he was speaking to the press the other day. And they did the same thing with the press secretary, and they did the same thing with Dr. Fauci yesterday, because you heard clips from him, but right after, he's done, they ask questions. The White House media, for the life of me, I don't understand. They want restrictions and lockdowns so bad. They are craving restrictions and lockdowns so bad. They want to change the answer. They don't like when they say, no, that's not on the table, and we're not talking about that right now. And flight restrictions, no, we're not imposing any right now. They don't want to hear that. They want them to come out and say Christmas is over.
Oh, right.
I swear to God, there was this reporter yesterday who asked Dr. Fauci the same question 3 different ways just to get his answer to change. Just so he would say,
what they wanted to hear.
Yes, we are going to lock down the country, and you are not allowed to come out of your closet. That's what they want. And I don't understand it for the life of me. I don't get it. That's what they want to hear. And they did the same thing with President Biden the other day. And they're both dismissing him,
right.
Which is good. But they want so bad for them to come out and tell you that Christmas is canceled. Let's go hide in our closets. That's what they want.
They want more lockdowns,
yes.
I guess. The
like media, yes, they do.
Before, when this first started.
I don't understand it. And there has been some other countries, I guess, that have imposed flight restrictions. And because we haven't, like they have, or whatever it is.
Right.
Well, how come? Like they don't quit.
They just keep hounding on
Yes, he's because we've
and
got
over and over. And
yeah,
over
and they
over.
explain like, look, the only reason we did that was to give us some time to get more vaccines and
Right.
get people vaccinated, et cetera, et cetera. And they're giving the right answer, like the only answer that you would know. But
And then they ask it another way.
they ask it another way, so they'll change their answer. And thank God they haven't. But I mean, it's like, it's just unbelievable. It's They want it. I'm getting ready to curse, but they want it shut down so quick. And the shutdowns were until we got the vaccines. That was to give us time
Oh,
for that.
right. Yes.
So why do we keep bringing this
Now
up?
we have more things than ever.
The
to
other day,
fight this.
we're getting ready to have a COVID pill. The other day, Dr. Fauci was on with George Stephanopoulos,
Yeah.
and he questioned him, and right away, George Stephanopoulos said about mandates and lockdowns, and Dr. Fauci said it's not even on the table. And then the headline, but he said not even on the table, but we just have to see, and I don't want to like make any promises or rule anything out, whatever. He gave the generic political answer. Okay, well the headline,
Yeah. What did
if
the
you didn't
headline
watch
say?
it, Fauci not counting out lockdowns and mandates.
Right. Right. Yeah. Not counting it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Clickbait.
But I just don't understand. I just don't understand. You want to like ruin more businesses. Like they want to get business owners scared to death. Like I just don't get it. So anyway, that's my little.
Whew.
That's my little for today. It's just. But I mean, it's just unbelievable.
I know.
So I don't know.
Man. All right. So.
Anything else, Jess?
Yeah, this is serious. The Michigan school shooting. So a 15-year-old boy was charged as an adult with charges including murder, attempted murder, and terrorism yesterday for a shooting at his Oakland County, Michigan high school a day earlier that left 4 students dead and others injured, some critically. He pled not guilty. The death toll also rose by 1 yesterday with the news of a 4th Oxford High School student, 17-year-old Justin Schilling, saying that he had passed away. Officials still don't have a motive. The suspect, his name is Ethan Crumbly, is still not talking to police. However, prosecutor Karen McDonald said that the shooting was premeditated, with Crumbly having reportedly recording a video the night before in which he talked about killing students. The sheriff there told reporters that his parents had been called to the school hours earlier before the shooting because, quote, they were told about the behavior in the classroom that was concerning. He didn't reveal the school's cause of concern. Crumley's father had bought the gun that his son allegedly used 4 days before the shooting, and McDonald said that charges were being considered against his parents, saying that owning a gun means securing it properly and locking it and keeping the ammunition separate. She also said when asked about the terrorism charge, what about all the children who ran, who were screaming and hiding under their desk? Those are victims as well, and so are their families, and so is our community.
Yeah.
So sad. Also, the man facing charges after he allegedly drove through a Christmas parade in Wisconsin last month, killing 6 people, and killing 62 others. He spoke to Fox News yesterday from jail. Darrell Brooks Jr. says, I just feel like I'm being demonized, and also said that he feels like he's being dehumanized. However, the 39-year-old didn't give any insight in what happened that day. Meanwhile, his mother released a statement in which she offered condolences to the victims and their families and said that Brooks had a history of mental health issues from a young age and that he hadn't gotten the help that he needed. She wrote, institutions that are equipped and have trained staff is what was needed, as well as resources in the communities where people who suffer with mental illness live. But she continued saying instead of offering help and resources to combat the problem, a jail cell was given over and over and over again. Also, Dr. Oz, his show is being pulled from TV stations in Philadelphia, New York City, and Cleveland
Here we go.
after he announced a day earlier that he's running for U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania. The station.
You know what? Wait a minute. This is like clockwork. Like,
Well,
you knew.
They said that they had to stop airing the Dr. Oz show
Because why?
the FCC.
Because he came out and said he was a conservative
No,
Republican.
the
That's
FCC equal time rules
why. Right.
allow opposing candidates to ask for matching airtime.
Yeah, but he's not on his show is about the doctors.
I know.
It's not about his
I
running
know,
for
but
office.
would that persuade you either way? Stations in New York and Cleveland
Just by seeing his face?
are doing it because their signals can be seen in parts of Pennsylvania.
Would that
Other stations say that they may follow their lead as
Would
well.
that persuade me either way to vote for Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania if I saw a show on him talking about genital warts? Like, I don't understand. I'm just saying.
Oh my
What?
God.
I'm just saying. Would that?
Oh
That's what his
my
show's about. His
God.
show is giving medical advice. What's that got to do? What would they? Are they afraid he's going to give advice on horse meds? Like what?
Oh my goodness. Here I am thinking you're going to say something about like heart surgery. No, Bill says genital warts. What?
I'm just saying.
What?
That's going to persuade me to vote. Oh my god. Oh my god. Of course they're going to pull a show.
So that's going to take place again in Philadelphia, New York, Cleveland.
So all the big markets.
Yeah.
All the big markets are pulling a show
Yep.
because he's running for office.
Yep.
In other news,
Like the surrounding area.
Matthew McConaughey is not running for office in Texas.
He's not. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that he was throwing his name out there as a possibility.
Nah, he's not going to run.
And when they did like a preliminary like fake poll, like to say like if he was in it, he received like 59%. Like people were like leaning towards him. Like they were, gonna go for it.
Oh my god. 6:53. The Bill and Jessica Show Throwback Thursday continues on the way. Check in with us. We are going to be out on Saturday, Jess, giving away a brand new car, celebrating our 7th anniversary. Here's all the 411. We're celebrating our 7th anniversary on air here.